Good afternoon and welcome to On the Couch with Dr. Adams. Now today I want to talk to our youth in particular about a very, very fascinating topic. Now, a few days ago, an eagle came to land on a tree just outside my lounge window. And I was so fascinated, and he was sitting there with all his glory and just observing the world, etc. And this reminded me of a very important part of my life when I decided that I was going to live my life like an eagle. Now I want to tell you about the golden eagle. I just want to give you a few points on the golden eagle, and hopefully you can make this your own, just like I made it my own when I heard about the characteristics of a golden eagle. Now firstly, you have to understand that this is a beautiful and big bird, and he has a wingspan of over 2 meters long. But one of the first points about the golden eagle is the fact that he flies very, very high. And sometimes he's got to fly alone because he's not a chicken. He's not part of the daily gossip of people and talking about other people, etc. But he flies high and he's keeping his focus, and wherever he goes, he's got this awesome vision. He can see so far ahead. And one of the things that I took from this eagle is that I am going to be a visionary. I am going to stretch out my vision as far as I possibly can. And I am going to try and live like an eagle. And so one of the most important things that I've learned is to always keep focus, is to always think further, to look further into the future, to ask myself constantly, what is it that I want to achieve, and to go after my particular dreams. And the second one is the fact that an eagle always looks for fresh food every day. And one of the things that I've learned is that every day I need to do something new. I need to enhance myself every day. I've got to be able to go out there, read a book, see how I can be better in different areas. And every day is a step forward. Every day is a step to improve myself, and that self-improvement works on a daily basis, and that has really become part of my life story. And then the third one is that the eagle, he keeps focus. He keeps his focus. He's very future oriented. He flies into the future. He flies into the sunset or into the sunrise. He's future oriented. He's always on the go. Then another characteristics is that the fact that an eagle is very committed. Now, how do we know that a golden eagle is very committed? Is the fact that golden eagles only have one mate in their lifetime. They only mate with another eagle, and they stick to that eagle until the one dies. And that to me is a sense of commitment. And the thing that I've learned from the eagle is that I have to be committed to everything I set my vision on, that I set my eyes on, is that I have to be committed. I remember when I did my PhD, there were times when it was very, very hard. But every day I had to tell myself, I have to dig deeper. I have to go deeper. I have to find that source that is within me, that source of strength. And everything I do or have tried to master has required commitment, severe, extensive commitment. And so if you want to pass the matric exams, you have to have commitment. It means that you have to sit with your books every day. Now, another thing is that the eagle also trains. He trains others. He develops others. And so one of the things I always tell my students is the fact that, when you teach other people, you learn even more. Collaboration is great. The problem with us is that we think that if we collaborate, then other people are going to do better than we are going to do. But that is actually not true. There are so many people in my life whom I have helped through the years, whether it was helping them in terms of mastering maybe passages of information or textbooks, etc. And I find that there's great strength and there's great empowerment in empowering other people. And you know how an eagle does that is the fact that when the little chick is ready, he flies off with the little chick, and then he drops it. He drops the chick. And then he's eagerly awaiting the chick to open his wingspan so that he can fly. And if the chick doesn't get it the first time, he flies underneath the chick, and the chick drops on his wingspan. And then he does it again and again until the eaglet, then we call it the eaglet, gets it. But he will develop the eaglet all the time. And that is so important, is the fact that sometimes it's good to also give of yourself. And I think there is no greater, for me, there is no greater purpose but to develop other people. And so I am fortunate to be living in a world where I am constantly in contact with other students. But today I want to especially dedicate this to the youth in South Africa, whom are celebrating Youth Day on the 16th of June. And I want to encourage you, be the eagle, be the eagle. Let me summarize that. Firstly is have a vision, fly high. Sometimes you have to do it alone. You have to leave the chickens behind. You have to leave the gossipers behind. You need to leave those people behind that wants to drag you down. You have to fly high. You have to have a vision, but the vision needs to be further than what anybody else can think of. And even if it is, don't let other people put you down. Enjoy your visions. I used to have a vision board, and I would encourage you, make a vision board, create your vision for yourself. See it daily, and you will see how that will be drawn into your life. And then also be focused. Be extremely focused once you have your vision. The other thing is go after fresh information every day like the eagle, which means that improve yourself every day. Find a new book, find a new thing to improve yourself. Ask yourself, how can I be better than I was yesterday? And then the other thing is the fact that an eagle is committed. He is committed his whole life to one partner. And I'm asking you, be committed to your work, be committed to your study. And then, importantly also is, try and work with other people, try and develop other people, because as you develop them, you develop. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining Dr. Adams. And have a wonderful Youth Day on June the 16th. Bye.